Okay, so here are the top 5 tips for writing a great thesis statement. Number 1, know your prompt. Before you can even start writing your thesis statement, you need to make sure that you understand what the assignment is asking you to do. For many classes, your prompt or assignment description can be several paragraphs long, so you want to make sure that you have a clear understanding of what is being asked of you before you start crafting your thesis statement. Ask yourself this: what questions am I being asked to answer? What are some potential arguments I could make? What kind of paper does my professor want to read? Tip number 2, determine the structure of your paper. Once you understand what you are being asked to do, it's time to determine the structure of your paper. The structure of your paper will determine the number of claims or arguments that you have, and therefore the structure of your thesis. There are many different types of papers: cause and effect, or problem-cause-solution for more argumentative writing, compare and contrast, or chronological, which shows a change over time. The most common type of paper structure is categorical, where you break your claims into specific categories. Each claim will have evidence, an argument, and analysis. Tip number 3, make an outline. You might be asking yourself, don't I need a thesis statement before I can start making an outline? And the answer to that is no. I've found that using pre-writing strategies such as outlining can help you realize a stronger thesis. An outline is a great way to test whether a partially drafted thesis will hold up when you're writing your paper. This is also a good step to take if you are unsure of whether you've answered the entire prompt. If you are unable to use your thesis to make an effective outline, chances are that your argument is not strong enough to support an entire paper. If that is the case, it's time to go back to tip number 1 and re-examine the prompt. Tip number 4, parallelism. Parallel structure, or parallelism, means using the same pattern of words to show that 2 or more words or ideas are of equal importance. Words and phrases should not only match in structure, but also in tense. Let's look at an example of a statement written in parallel structure. Effective group work is the result of cooperation, communication, and organization. Now let's look at the same statement not written in parallel structure. Effective group work is a result of cooperation, communication, and being organized. The claim being organized is not in parallel structure because it is not in noun form like the other 2 claims, cooperation and communication. You want to make sure that your thesis follows a parallel structure so that your reader can clearly identify your arguments. Last but not least, tip number 5, office hours. Before you start writing your paper, take your thesis statement to your professor's office hours and ask for feedback. If you are completely off track, it is a lot easier to get help before you go ahead and write the entire paper. This might seem like a lot to consider when crafting 1 or 2 sentences, but it is incredibly important. Your thesis is the foundation of your entire paper, and if you can start out strong, the rest of your writing will come that much easier. Good luck and happy writing!